Well, we lived in Chicago for 7 years, which were good years. I had we had difficulty finding a place we could live near the university, which is South Colorado, South Chicago. I don't know if you're familiar with where it is. The university has a fine campus there, but the surrounding area did not have the kind of housing that we needed. So we found a place that we could use out in LaGrange, which is a suburb of Chicago. And it took about 45 minutes to an hour to drive in. And I had a good friend there named Mark Beam, and he and I would drive in together. We had wonderful conversations about these kinds of things at the time, I remember. Very important.
So you got tired of that drive and decided to move to Colorado.
That's right. Well, and the weather here is much better. Yeah, we have wonderful weather here. I mean, look what it's like today. Although it's going to be 90, it cools off at nighttime, and it's not that uncomfortable in the house right now because we've cooled it off during the night.
Right. So it was these sort of personal things that
had an effect. And also, I was offered a nice job.
They sought you out.
Right. Actually, we were down in Pasadena at Caltech. I was on a 3-month, I believe it was 3-month sabbatical, and working with an immunologist named Dan Camel. I don't know whether you've run into him or not, but he was a very interesting, likable guy. But he didn't care for the cellular approach to immunology. He was strictly a serologist. He just hadn't been able to make that next step. And so anyway, we had a great time down there. And while I was there, I was offered, I was invited to Denver to look at a position here at the medical school in preventive medicine. And I came and looked at it, and it obviously didn't fit because I was, an immunologist. And there's some relationship between immunology and preventive medicine, but because, you immunize people to prevent disease, but it didn't seem to fit. So a few months later, I was invited back to look at the allergy job here. So I came, and it seemed like there were no immunologists in Denver, and I would have an opportunity to do research. So we liked it, and my wife liked it, and the children have liked it. Become great Bronco fans.